Have you ever wanted to dive deeper into the horror movies you love? Beyond the Blood is a horror podcast for fans who want more than just surface level screams. We do deep dives into the movies that shaped us, digging into director commentaries, behind the scenes stories, deleted scenes, and the special features that most people skip. Each episode is a love letter to the genre. We break down how these films were made, the creative risks that paid off or didn't, and the lasting impact they've had on the genre as a whole. From 70s slashers to modern nightmares, we celebrate the craft, chaos, and characters that keep us coming back. If you're the kind of fan who rewatches movies with the commentary on, or you simply grew up in the video store horror aisle, the Beyond the Blood podcast was made for you. New episodes every single week. Subscribe, and let's dig deep. Welcome to the Beyond the Blood podcast.
Hello, my name is Kevin Tudor, and I'm one of the three hosts of Almost Major, a film podcast dissecting many major indie studios and the films they release. Every week, myself, Charlie Nash, and Bryden Doyle discuss overlooked, forgotten, or bona fide classic indie films via studio-specific miniseries. We've previously covered numerous films from Artisan Entertainment, Lionsgate Films, and New Line Cinema. Titles including The Blair Witch Project, American Psycho, Dogville, But I'm a Cheerleader, Saw, Requiem for a Dream, and Ringmaster, you know, the Jerry Springer film. Anyways, we have a fun time every week and we hope you will join us. Subscribe to Almost Major wherever you get your podcasts. Now proudly a part of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Hello, this is Chris Haskell from They Live by Film. For those that don't know us, Adam, Zach, and I, we built a podcast over the last 2 years that's a combination of film discussion from three very different perspectives, as well as industry interviews with the leaders in boutique Blu-ray and 4K community. We started with Deaf Crocodile, but over time we've been lucky enough to speak with Arrow Video, Severin, Mondo Macabro, Vinegar Syndrome, Radiance, Indicator, most of the OCN partner labels. It's been a blast. You can find us wherever you podcast, and also actually recently as part of Someone's Favorite Production podcast network. We hope to see you online.
Welcome to Rankin on Bass, an offhand joke that became a podcast. I'm your host, Mike White. Joining me is an insect, not a bug, Mr. Chris Dashew.
Oh, I was hoping you would introduce me as the one and only Albert, the asshole mouse. asshole mice ruining holidays since 1974.
Also along for the ride is a mouse with very thick glasses. There you go, Chris. Richard Haddam. I didn't hear that at all.
Were you able to hear it? Oh, hold on. Let me play that again. It's my favorite line. Hold on. I'll play it again. Here we go. Here's the first example of how you ruined everyone's Christmas with your opinions.
I thought that the asshole mouse had ruined the holidays because of his lack of belief in Santa Claus coded as Jesus coded as Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. His libtard left-wing atheist.
Some things never change.
These kids, they get a little book learning. Well, sometimes a miracle needs a hand.
On this podcast, we discuss the works of Arthur Rankin Jr. and Jules Bass, specifically some of their stop motion and animated work. And yes, we are back in animation territory as we were last month. And this is that really not very pleasant to look at style of animation that we're doing here. 1967. We are on a Danny Thomas TV show, and this is a segment of that. We've got Danny Thomas doing a voice, Marlo Thomas doing a voice, Ed Ames, most famous for his tomahawk throw on the Johnny Carson show, Hans Conried. Our old friend Paul Frees is back here, but none of them should be outdone by Roddy McDowell, the brat who tried to blow up Columbo with some bad cigars, as Cricket Crockett, the titular Cricket on the Hearth from 1967. I don't have a hearth. I don't have a cricket for that hearth. Apparently, it's supposed to be very good luck that Roddy McDowall is here. It doesn't feel like he brings luck to this family, though, at all. I had never seen this one before. How about you guys?
Who has?
No.
Why would I have seen? That's the real. What do you think would have compelled me to watch something that is as ugly and as strange and as literal as Cricket on the Hearth? Because the story in question, based on Charles Dickens, there is no cricket in said story.
Really?
Yeah, it's not about an actual cricket. That's just the term.
So you're saying in the Charles Dickens story, which I don't know, what is it about?
It's similar to what we get on the screen, but there is no cricket narrator framing device. They said, the story is called The Cricket on the Hearth, A Fairy Tale of Home. And they were like, it doesn't have enough actual crickets in it.
Yeah,
so we're going to put an actual cricket in there. Right? This is like you're going to have a fucking story called Cricket on the Hearth, and there's not going to be a cricket on the hearth. Feels like a missed opportunity.
Totally missed opportunity. Charles Dickens is an idiot, clearly a substandard storyteller, and it took the magic of Danny Thomas and Aaron Spelling, coupled with Rankin on bass, to bring us what we want out of Cricket on the Hearth. We want a cricket, and it better have a vague British accent, and it better be working behind the scenes to bring luck to somebody. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of weird. This one came out in like 1967, I think. Which was like, I was 1 year old when this came out. So, and I don't know that, I mean, because it was shown and produced as part of this Danny Thomas hour, I don't know what kind of life it had outside of that. Did it just, I don't think it became like a holiday perennial. I don't remember, because it's weird. It's suddenly like, hi, my name's Danny Thomas. I guess it's not that weird. But the fact that it's live action, I don't know. It seemed like these were two things getting pushed together. It's like Danny Thomas needed to fill an hour of television. Rankin and Bass had, a contract to do a special. Hey, wait a second, guys. I think we can clear 2 line items off this year's flow chart, and by combining them, and that's what we get. Plus Marlowe Thomas, who, by the way, I've always had a bit of a thing for.
Oh, not boy. Join the club.
We're both Lebanese. That might have something to do with it.
Doesn't that mean that she only goes with women, though?
Isn't Danny Thomas Lebanese as well?
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, yes. Weirdly, her father is also the same ethnicity.
I didn't know what Danny Thomas's real name was.
Really?
It's Danny Haddam.
Yeah, I did not. Well, I mean, again, I will tell you, Danny Thomas does look Middle Eastern, which is funny when he has such a like white anglicized, stage name.
But
he is. He cracks me up. He's like, I bet you know the story of Charles Dickens. I bet you know that story, don't you? Well, here's a story you've never fucking heard of.
I don't know why we didn't combine this with The Stingiest Man in Town. I don't know what we were thinking or weren't thinking, but I'm kind of glad we didn't, because I'm very familiar with Twas the Night Before Christmas, and it's heads and shoulders above this Cricket on the Hearth crap. But
oh my god,
we got to talk about this Cricket on the Hearth here.
It's not. Is there? It's just like a poor facsimile of the Ebenezer Scrooge story, right? It's like, let's just do the Scrooge story, but not Scrooge.
It's weird. Okay, so he wrote A Christmas Carol. Which then became like his most popular thing. Like he'd written a few things. It was not at the end of his career that he did it. It was sort of a little bit before the halfway point. But he was very popular. But he writes A Christmas Carol. It becomes, his thing. So then, and he was also publishing a magazine. So then every year after that, he tried to, was hoping that lightning would strike twice. So he wrote The Chimes, and he wrote that. Maybe this was part of his attempt.
Yeah.
It's like every year a new Charles Dickens, a new Christmas classic. Well, of course, none of them ever were anywhere near as popular. But I think that's also part of why this got made. It's like, well, Rankin and Bath, their first time out of the gate, they made Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So they kept going back. Here now it's 3 years later, and it's like, look, we got to do another Christmas thing. Christmas is our thing. So then they went digging through Charles Dickens, B-sides, picked out Cricket on the Hearth, bookended with Danny Thomas, and Marlo Thomas, who was already like famous now because of That Girl, so she was a known quantity at this point, and then you get this, which just isn't that fun.
It's like not anything.
Yeah, it's definitely not fun at all. I mean, first off, the storytelling itself, I watch a few things on occasion. I think I'm pretty well versed
just once or twice a week
on storytelling. But
you've seen a movie, is what you're saying.
I've seen a movie, just one. And it's
Remo Williams, isn't it?
No, it's
over and over and over again.
If you're only going to see one, that's the one to see.
It's Boondock Saints. I just watched that movie. That's it. So
Nomine Patri Spiritus Sancti. How could you not like that?
That's the only movie for me. Anyway, I didn't realize that Bertha, that the Marlo Thomas character, Bertha, I didn't realize for about 10 minutes that she's blind.
Yes.
Yeah.
First off, there had to be 3 songs within the first 10 minutes. And then something about what they were saying triggered it, where I was like, wait, is she supposed to be blind? I don't know.
She's struck blind when she hears the tragic news.
Okay. I didn't realize that she was struck blind because
it's hysterical blindness brought on by the trauma of hearing that her boyfriend has been lost at sea.
How Dickensian.
Her boyfriend,
yes,
Edward, who's played by Ed Ames.
Yes.
Who I think he always portrayed Native Americans, but I don't think he actually was Native American. Is that true?
Well, no. Why would you get an actual Native American?
Yeah,
it was the 50s and the 60s. You hire a middle-aged Jew, and they take care of it for you.
Rankin and Bass canceled. They've been canceled, folks. Cancel them right now.
That's right. He was a Ukrainian Jew, as opposed to Iron Eyes Cody, who was I think he was from Sicily.
Yeah, Iron Eyes Cody's Italian. He's Italian.
I'm surprised
on The Sopranos about that, frankly.
I'm surprised that Will Sampson isn't, I don't know, from Peru or something. I don't know.
but I'm sorry. Let's just go back a second and confirm that Ed Ames is a Ukrainian Jew.
Yes. I just verified it. Yes.
The most Ukrainian Jewish name of all, Ames.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a feeling a publicist was involved early in his career.
Well,
what was Bronson's real name?
Oh, Buczynski.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, okay, all these people, it's just like, no, you're American. Let's just, no questions. You're not one of them Ruskies.
Their real last name was Urick, Urick, and it was, I think, his parents already had changed their names because they were part of, I think the sons were part of the Ames Brothers singing group. But yeah, so I think the parents probably changed their name when they came over.
And I mean, the songs in this movie are so memorable and good that I'm glad we have talented people. I mean, that one song where they're talking about seeing how gay everything is through that one character's eyes, just that's what he says. It's not my fault. He says, look at how gay everything. I know what he means. I'm not making a joke. I'm making a joke at the fact of how dumb that song sounds. Because it is a goofy song that they play not once, but twice. 2 performances in this about how the world looks different. He's singing it to the blind woman.
But that's the point, Chris. That's the point. It's like,
if only you could see. If only you could see.
Yeah, let me just rub your face with this.
Are you really going to put me in the position of defending this? Okay.
Go right ahead, Richard, if you feel you must.
She gets struck blind because she can't handle the truth of her boyfriend dying at sea. So she goes blind, at which point I would have appreciated if the animators had put little X's over her eyes.
She went blind, Richard. She didn't die.
Well, or just like this white orb staring deadly.
Her eyes are
the
constantly rolled up.
You're right. But now her father, Danny Thomas, also known as Caleb, now has to see for her. Don't you get it? So he's describing everything being beautiful, even though it isn't, and their living situation being great, even though it isn't, because things are going so bad, but he loves his daughter so much. He's going to create a reality for her. And because she's blind, if he tells her they're living in a mansion, that's what she thinks is happening, even though she never leaves the one room and it's freezing and it smells like sewage.
And also, she was struck blind late in life. She wasn't born blind, and she knew their situation the entire time. It makes no sense. This whole, it really is just kind of a limp retelling of the Scrooge as it's like if we never saw Scrooge's story and we just interacted with the Scrooge character. That's essentially what we're getting.
Well, there doesn't seem to be a story. There only seems to be a plot, which is she's in love. Her boyfriend goes away. He is presumed dead. Their fortunes fall until he reappears, and then everything gets good again. I mean, that's basically the structure. No one's opinions change. No one's worldview changes, which, of course, is the big case in A Christmas Carol. It's just, I mean, this is pure melodrama. There's no other way around it.
We should talk a little bit about Hans Conried as the Tackleton character, basically the Ebenezer Scrooge of the piece, who runs a toy factory but has no one working there. I didn't understand this one.
Well, but Caleb works there, right?
Well, now he does, but they came to his office. They're like, hey, he's like, I want to be your toy maker. He's like, okay, great. Yeah. He's like, well, where are all the others? He's like, yeah, no, there are no others. I'm like, what, has he always been the caretaker?
So I think is the idea that he makes the toys himself, and now by having an employee, his workload will be cut in half, maybe?
It doesn't seem like he's doing jack shit. I mean, it just seems so
Hans
odd
Conried.
Yeah. Oh, I was so happy to hear Hans Conried's voice. I was so happy to hear Paul Frees's voice in this.
Do you gentlemen remember the last time the three of us discussed Hans Conried?
Frankly, no.
It was a little episode of The Night Stalker entitled The Nightly Murders.
That's right.
That's what I was like, it's got to be Kolchak, otherwise Richard wouldn't be bringing it up. Either that or what's the other one? That's the other one.
Thorne Oakenshield, guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Much better.
It's not Matlock. What's the other one you always bring up, Richard?
Rockford Files?
Rockford Files. It was either Kolchak or Rockford Files.
Well, unfortunately, the Rockford Files podcast is being done. Of course, no one says we can't do ours too. If you guys really want to,
we're already doing Rankin and Bass.
I have the entire series on DVD.
So we're talking about Cricket on the Hearth instead. Yes. A story about a cricket who narrates a story that he doesn't get involved in any formative way.
Okay, but here's the weird part. Okay, you're correct. The cricket is the one who sort of figures out the mystery of the old man. He's like, wait a second, you're the boyfriend in disguise, and you came back and you dressed up to find out. Like this is pure 200 years ago storytelling. You dressed up to spy on your old girlfriend to see if she still loves you or something, or if she's moved on. And it's like, well, yes, she moved on because she thought you were dead. If you had just shown up and said, hi, I'm alive, don't you think that would have had an impact? I guess his fear was, if she's already in love with somebody else, if she's gone on with her life, then I'm going to bow the fuck out. But boy, does he hangs around a lot.
And he just doesn't seem to get it, that she's being forced into this marriage with Hans Conried. And it's like, you could step in whenever you want and you could help this girl out. But instead, you're just hanging around with this fakey looking beard. And I'm like, as soon as I see the guy, I'm just like, well, that's him. And she doesn't recognize his voice. Like, of all things, like, he's dressed up with a physical appearance disguise. He's not disguising his voice.
Well, this is why you don't ever just write plot, because there's a lot of stories that are just as contrived as this. But because there's an actual emotional story behind it about a person, struggling and changing, you forgive it. But when the only thing is this sort of stagecraft, it doesn't compel. It's not enough. And I think there's one more problem. I think there's another reason that this particular one is not a perennial. Because look, I mean, a lot of the Rankin Bass Christmas specials are known to us all and they play every year. But this one has a problem. And the problem is there are no kids in it. It's all about grown-up concerns. It's like if I was a little kid watching this, I mean, even as an adult, I'm like, the only thing this is about romance and a girlfriend and a boyfriend and getting married and who you're going to marry. And as a kid, I don't care. Like, that stuff is not fun to watch. And so if I was 10 years old watching this, I'd be like, yeah, I'm never watching this again. The cricket isn't entertaining enough to capture my childhood imagination.
And that for me is the big issue, is why they just slapped a cricket on it and said good. Like that is what it feels like, right? It's just, that's enough.
Yeah. And it wasn't.
Can we talk about the character design for the cricket himself? Because this whole thing is like everything else. It's all being told as a flashback. And the cricket in present day, I guess he, I don't know how long crickets live for, but this cricket looks like he's seen some shit. When this starts off, he looks horrible. Then he looks a little bit better in the past, though it's still very strange. The legs and everything.
The legs are upsetting.
Move. Yes, thank you. I'm glad it wasn't just me.
No, you know why the legs are upsetting? Because it looks like the most gentle of breeze would snap his legs off.
Yes.
Like, that's like crunch. I mean, I know that he's a bug, so if he gets stepped on at all anyways,
so
he's
kaput. Not a bug, he's an insect.
Oh, sorry, sir. My sincerest apologies to the cricket contingent.
Our cricket listeners can put your pens down. We can read the letters.
Stop rubbing your legs together. We get it.
Yeah, we heard it. And yeah, at some point, this movie just goes off the fucking rails. I mean, and all of a sudden, it's like I'm okay with the talking cricket, but all of a sudden we get thrown into a world where there's a singing cat and all of these other animals at this club. And
makes perfect sense to me.
I had to rewind it. I was like, what the hell just happened? What did I walk into? What fresh hell is this? That this cat is singing this song. And I was just really taken aback by that.
Cats sing songs in Pinocchio.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
This, however, is not Pinocchio.
No.
Said the man who has a cat named Figaro.
There is a Christmas special by Rankin and Bass, Richard, called Pinocchio's Christmas.
Mm.
Oh, God. So we're not done.
And there's
yet?
another cricket on the hearth. There is a cricket in that too.
Really?
Jiminy Cricket.
Oh, boy.
It's so fucked. I watched that too. I watched that along with this because I wanted to see the other cricket Rankin and Bass thing.
Dude, just to take them one at a time. I don't think it's safe to double up.
Boy. The Rankin and Bass does love to, you mentioned it, Mike. I don't know how many times it is now where they've gone, hi, you know who I am. I'm the cricket on the hearth.
I was waiting for that. I was so waiting for that. Instead, I got, hi, I'm Danny Thomas.
Well, but yes. Well, yeah, first Danny Thomas does it. Then the cricket does it.
The cricket does do it. He does do it.
You all know
but it's
me.
always, but they always do the fake ass sort of, it's like, hi, I'm the cricket. What, you don't know the cricket on the hearth?
Right. Oh,
You've never heard of a blinking cricket on the blinking hearth?
Pull up a chair for 49 minutes.
It's so patronizing. It's like, fuck you. No, I don't know you. And frankly, by the end of this, I'll wish I hadn't known you. You fucking pervert.
Wait, no, why is he a pervert? No,
I don't know. He's, you know what? By the end of it, I don't care what he is because he's not in the original story. This story for me would be like going and seeing the movie The Peanut Butter Falcon and there having to be a bird covered in peanut butter in the movie. It's like you don't have to take the title literally.
Wait a second. Wait, hold on. They did the Scrooge story. It starts like this. Hello, I know you've all heard of A Christmas Carol. You haven't? Well, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Carol.
Oh, wow.
I am the Christmas Carol. Let me tell you my story.
I was born at Christmas and my name is Carol. God, you know what? I get it from a storytelling perspective of trying to find a way to adapt this for kids. And oh, look, a cricket. No kid in 67 is excited that it's Roddy McDowell doing the voice. Nobody cares. Like at the end when Danny Thomas is like,
oh, what just happened?
I don't know.
Mike, are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm fine.
The fuck was that?
Oh, my audio is all fucked up. Okay.
All of a sudden, it was just like from the magical world of Rankin and Bass.
Oh, jeez.
Chris, get over to Mike's house right now. Check on it.
Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Mike is being kidnapped by the Rankin and Bass people.
You guys are finally neighbors, right? Nebraska's near Michigan. Just run up there and check.
Effectively.
Yeah, we're right next to each other.
It cracked me up at the end. Danny Thomas is rattling off all these people who did voices. Nobody gives a shit, man. Nobody watching this is going to have any idea. The people that this is made for are not excited, and then the people who know who the adults are in this not going to watch this. They're just not.
Well, but that makes me wonder what you just said suddenly. Then maybe it makes sense now why they weren't. Like it was a little more adult oriented, because I wonder who the original audience for the Danny Thomas Hour was. I mean, probably adults. And maybe it was sort of like, well, we're going to do animation, but it can't. Maybe that's the reason why it wasn't so kid focused, is because, well, it's got to be for sort of adult people. So we'll make it a bit more of adult interest. Plus, we know for a fact we're going to jam Danny Thomas in there and Marlo Thomas, and they have to have the main roles, and they can't. Neither one of them is going to play, an 8-year-old. So maybe there was a reason for this, but I tell you, it makes it really uninteresting outside of that context from 55 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I just wished it had shown up on the title of the original Danny Thomas show was "Make Room for Daddy."
That was quite a popular show.
Yeah, that's just a hell of a title for a show. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wow,
that's such a strange title. Make Room for Daddy. What's it about?
We got to make room for Daddy.
Yeah.
That just saying it again and putting emphasis on different words doesn't explain it. Make room for Daddy.
Chris, think of it this way. There is a room.
Oh my God.
There's a predetermined amount of space within that room.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Now, to use room in a different context, when Daddy enters, that would be Danny Thomas. You got to make room for him.
Oh.
Now do you get it?
Okay, got it. Understood. Part the C's for Daddy. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically,
Why
yes.
do you make it sound really creepy?
Yeah.
Make Room for Daddy. That's not my fault. I'm not the one who made that show. Just like I'm not the one who made Cricket on the Hearth.
It was followed up by Make Room for Granddaddy in 1970 and 71.
That is not true.
It is absolutely true. Yes.
It is so true. Why would you think that's fake? Why?
Was that like after Marlo Thomas had kids and now Danny Thomas is grandfather?
Yep.
And so now
I feel like you know the answer to this.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
If we do the math, I'm guessing Marlo Thomas has got to be pushing 80 at this point.
Probably.
Like now?
Yeah, like now she's got to be 75. Because if that was 55 years ago,
baby, 85.
She's 85 years old.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Okay, now I would go on a date with her.
Okay.
I mean, if I was not happily married to the host of 80s TV Ladies. Okay, let me just be super clear.
Yeah. That girl was 1965 to 71. And she was playing one of the Friends' or two of the Friends' parents back in like 96. So, that's 20, almost 20 years ago.
Well, I mean, yeah, if I'm 56 and she was starring in a show the year I was born, basically.
Yeah.
She had to be at least, that character had to be at least 25.
Yeah. She was born in 1937 here in Detroit, Michigan.
So 07.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. So she was like 30 when she did that show.
Yeah. You're going to have to beat off Phil
7,
Donahue to get to her, though, because they've been married since 1980, buddy.
Did you just say I had to beat off?
Then you and Marlo Thomas would have something in common.
Mm-hmm. Wow. How did we get here? This is a wholesome family podcast. And now I'm beating off Phil Donahue so I can crawl onto his 85-year-old wife.
Yeah.
All the while, Vladimir Lenin is turning his back on you because the other point of note for this Cricket on the Hearth piece of literature is Vladimir Lenin walked out of a performance of it because he found it too dull and saccharine. So
apparently we all have something in common with Lenin.
Yes. Yeah.
Lenin was not wrong.
Yeah, but I don't think he watched this animated version, though. Something tells me.
He would really be enamored by that animated cricket, wouldn't he?
He'd be like, "Oh, I want to hear that song again. What was that one? Fish and Chips. I want to hear Fish and Chips one more time."
No. When he walked out, his translated comment was revealed to be, "Where is the cricket? There is no cricket."
A cricket was promised, a cricket was not delivered.
Yes.
That's the reason they put the cricket in this version, is they were better suiting it for Vladimir Lenin's taste.
They wanted it to appeal to a Soviet audience.
Yeah, right.
So they had many things to do. They, being Rankin and Bass, had many things to do with Danny Thomas, including an animated version of That Girl, also known as That Girl in Wonderland, from 1973. So,
now Richard wants to talk about something.
Mm-hmm.
I see how it is. Now we found something that piques your interest, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So, how much? I think we got at least another year of this podcast in front of us.
Yep. And it's all available out on YouTube.
Of course it is. But there's also the other. Is there the other thing was Danny Kaye, right? The Danny Kaye musical.
Yeah, they've been very into the Dannies. Yeah.
They did a Danny Kaye. What is it? Emperor's New Clothes.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all those guys at the time, right? Bing Crosby, Burl Ives, Danny Thomas, Danny Kaye. These are the people you want doing this. It's just give them something better to do than this. My God, even Paul Frees and Hans Conried above this. This is just actually. I think unequivocally the animated Rankin and Bass stuff is the worst of the Rankin and Bass stuff. Right? Like this animation is just ugly and kind of boring.
Yeah, this was. And I know we're going to talk about Twas the Night Before Christmas pretty soon, but to me, the most entertaining part was the live action Danny Thomas on that set, sort of the the late 60s, early 70s ish looking like, ooh, look at the mirror in the background. Look at that decoration. Look at his tuxedo. Mm-hmm. It was just fun to sort of see that. So it
feels like a thing. It feels there's like a thingness to it by having Danny Thomas there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think because that's what a lot of the specials were. The premise would be it's in Bing Crosby's home, and the various guest stars would enter through the front door, and there'd be snow falling behind them, and they'd come in, and there'd be some joking around, and then they'd all sing a song, and then the doorbell would ring again, and so you sort of had the Christmas party, and so now we're in Danny Thomas's home, clearly, where he wears a tuxedo every evening to take dinner with his family.
He just wants to talk about that. He wants to share a story with you that he just discovered about a cricket on the hearth. Yeah. I just heard about it myself. That's my favorite line in the entire rap run is I just heard about it myself 5 minutes ago. Like, you're inspiring confidence here.
I know. This thing is so unpopular.
Right.
No one has spoken of it since the day it was published.
I know you've heard of all these more exciting things, but let me tell you about this fourth-rate, bottom-of-the-barrel Christmas story you've never heard of.
Let's find out together why it's so unpopular. Here we go.
The thing that really gets me is that the cricket is not very. I don't care about the cricket. It's not like he's very endearing.
It's almost like he's not really actually part of the story, right?
Right. Yeah.
You can create a character and insert them into the story and give them something to do, they just choose not to.
Right.
Like, it's like they're like Cricket on the Hearth, and that's where he's staying the entire fucking time. He's staying on that lintel. Don't you fucking move.
Well, and nothing for him, or kind of almost anyone, nothing's really at stake. In fact, the only thing that's at stake is, oh no, she's going to marry an ugly dude instead of what we have been introduced to as a tacitly hot dude. And so the tragedy will be but the funny thing is that character isn't necessarily a mean, horrible guy. You don't get the feeling he's going to be mean to her. There's a little bit of the old, hey, I'm blind, so I'm not judging you by your looks sort of vibe. And he's like excited about that. He's like, finally, a hot blind chick. This could work out real good.
Right, yeah.
For old Torkelson or whatever the guy's name is. So we get a little of that. But then even at the end, he's not a mean guy. He's sort of sad because it's like, oh, my one chance to get married. And she's like, it's okay. You can still be like our uncle or something. We'll be nice to you.
You can still watch.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You can still watch. We got the chair in the corner for you.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's a Cricket on the Hearth. He's one watching the whole time.
He's watching the whole thing. Yeah.
Rubbing his legs together.
Okay, guys, look.
Would have been better than what we got.
I don't know who we think is listening, but this is not the sort of Christmas spirit anyone expected from this.
Are you talking about the Cricket on the Hearth Rankin and Bass special, right? Not us.
Oh, no, we're fine.
Yeah,
right,
it's
right,
them.
We're fine. No,
it is them who is the problem.
Yes.
You talking about a cricket masturbating while watching two animated adults.
I did
sex.
not say, first off, they wouldn't be animated to the cricket. He would be viewing them as real. Secondly, this film, because it's 50 minutes long, this film didn't give us much to work with, Richard. They gave us the scraps of the dough and said, make a pie, guys. You got this.
Well, that's the other thing. This suffers from the 49-minute time slot. And that's because it was the Danny Thomas hour, not the Danny Thomas half hour. This story could have easily, anything it wanted to say, it could have said in 24 minutes.
Well,
no problem.
What's fucking crazy about it is it's 50 minutes, and I, like you just said, I would contend it needs to be a half an hour, and then 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, I would contend it needs to be 5 minutes.
Right.
Because it's literally... Again, but you mentioned, Mike, like, oh, we should have done Stingiest Man and Cricket on the Hearth. Actually, Cricket on the Hearth and 'Twas the Night Before Christmas are two apt adaptations because they take stories that don't have the parts that they're claiming they do and injecting bullshit into the stories. There's none of that in 'Twas the Night, just like there's no cricket in Cricket on the Hearth.
Yeah, but that was Rankin and Bass's thing. It's like, okay, we're going to take the thinnest of premise and then we're going to put the story in. I mean, all of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer up until the literal final moments of that special, all of that's invented. That's not part of the song. It's just,
That's fair, but
we get the beginning and the end, and there's no little dentist elf. There's no
don't compare Hermie the elf to random British cricket. It's almost like they just, with these animated specials, they just don't try that hard. Have we really liked any of the animated specials aside from Frosty the Snowman? Like the original Frosty the Snowman?
Yes. No. The Year Without the Santa Claus with the Heat Miser and the Snow Miser.
But that's not animated.
That's not animated, yeah.
Well, it is animated.
No, I'm
it's
talking like animation.
Animation.
I'm talking this animation.
Yeah, no.
We haven't liked any animation stuff.
But part of that is
I like The Hobbit. Sorry.
I mean, okay, fair. If we're talking non-Christmas, I think their non-Christmas animated stuff is okay.
Yeah, and then like The Last Unicorn. I forgot about that.
Or as Richard passes out in his chair. Well, you know what they say. We could just go back and talk about the wacky world of Mother Goose again.
Oh boy.
No.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I think we're transitioning now to 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And watching Cricket on the Hearth first, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas is a roller coaster ride through, a narrative that flies by with invention and heart and then gets off stage just in time. I've got nothing but good things to say about 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm. I really like 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and I've seen this thing I don't know how many times. This was kind of like an annual viewing for me. It was not as much as like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but I definitely saw this one many, many times. I was very familiar with that mouse family and the human family who really takes kind of a back seat. This is a strange one that we've got both the mouse family and the human family. They really live in a very symbiotic relationship because there are mice just all over this house, and none of the humans seem to mind this whatsoever. And
well, yeah, they have a relationship. I mean, clearly, at a certain point, the mouse just goes up to their guy and he's like, "Look, I'm sorry, my son
has ruined Christmas for everyone."
And the dad is sort of nodding his head like, "Oh yeah, you're the older one, yeah,
right,
the one who goes to college,
right?
And all the coded language for Jew, you know."
Oh,
wow, we went there, huh?
I get it. Yeah, your pointy-headed intellectual goes to the big city and comes back with a lot of atheist thoughts and ruins a Christian holiday. I think we got it.
Who gave their only begotten son Albert? Oh my God, Richard.
It was so odd to me that Albert was being voiced by Tammy Grimes. I'm like, why of a woman voicing this male character? But then at the same time, who cares? You know, it worked. It actually worked.
Well, what was it, Billy? Is it Billy Richardson, or there was a woman who voiced
Rudolph.
Bart Simpson So I mean, Nelson is a woman. There are so many women that do men's voices on cartoons, and Tammy Grimes has got that great husky voice, so it really worked.
That's it. Billy May Richards is the one who does. Going to my enchanted world of Rankin and Bass.
A portfolio.
Yes. I never knew that Tammy Grimes was once married to Christopher Plummer, and that Amanda Plummer is their daughter. I never knew that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. I never did that math in any direction.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the songs for a moment? The songs in this are stranger than in the Cricket on the Hearth, right?
But they're a little better.
Yeah, I like these better.
In like a believe in Jesus kind of way.
Sometimes a miracle needs a hand.
I don't think that's how miracles work. A miracle, by definition, is something that, right? The song alone makes no. I'm just pointing out how that makes no sense.
It does, because the entire episode is about the clash of faith and non-faith. And so
they
sometimes
put themselves in that situation intentionally. It's not like something happened that they couldn't control.
I mean,
he was trying. Oh God. Okay, let me explain to Chris.
Please, Richard, tell me.
Joel Grey, 2 years out of Cabaret, does this abomination.
Right. That's what it is.
And he's trying to explain to Tammy Grimes that, there's miracles, but sometimes a miracle needs a hand. So even godless atheists like you can participate in something that can be considered miraculous.
All right. I like the other song more, the one about believing in Jesus.
Which one was
Give Your Heart a Try?
Yeah.
It's totally about belief in God. I don't know what else it's
yeah. Okay.
Believe in the things that you can't see. If you can't see it, still believe. Like what Santa Claus, sure, but
right.
You guys, yes, but that's what Christmas is all about. Oh my gosh, you haven't learned the
Richard. Richard is gonna quit because all of a sudden it turns out we don't believe in Santa Claus. I find your lack of faith in Santa concerning.
I'm sorry, you say that out loud on December 11th. You're taking a mighty big chance there, Chris.
Yeah,
I know.
Never forget December 11th. This is pretty much another version of The Year Without a Santa Claus, because basically Santa gets a letter in that and is just like, well, fuck these kids, I'm not going to go down there. And then there's the whole like, no, we'll make things better in this fictional town of Junctionville will build a clock that will sing to you, Santa, all the way in the North Pole, proving that we are, God's chosen people and that you should come back to us, please.
See, it's weird because nothing else that Rankin and Bass has done has been so overtly religious, and I feel like this is overtly religious, right?
It's pretty damn religious, but not so much that I don't like it.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think that Nestor was probably the most religious thing, since we actually have Jesus and Mary and Joseph in that.
Well, little drummer boy too, right?
That's true.
I guess of the things that aren't immediately religious facing. Right. This is the most religious thing we've seen that's not like those, where it's essentially copped from a story from the Bible. Mm-hmm. Right. Because they're essentially both stories. I guess Nestor's not a story from the Bible.
No, I don't remember reading, Mark.
Nestor begat Nestor.
Right. Here's Nestor, saith the Lord.
But hold on a second. But they all of them, it feels like, have a song about belief and why it's important to believe. And you can apply that to Santa or Jesus or Santa. It is Christmas.
There can
but
be only
this is
one.
Not, I mean, this did not feel... There was nothing, other than wanting Santa to come to our town. It had nothing to do with, there's another story, Arthur, that you've never heard about a savior that your people murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Now...
That's a hard turn all of a sudden.
I don't know how Arthur is Jewish when none of the other family members are. Maybe he was adopted or something. I don't know, but it's pretty clear. I mean, even his mouse nose is longer and hooked. They really left no.
It's not hooked, nor is it longer. Come on.
Hey, Cricket on the Hearth, there is a character that looks like that, though. We didn't mention that, but there is a character that feels
that
pretty...
Hans Conried character is totally coded as Jewish.
Yeah, it's real bad. It's real bad.
However, I will say this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but in 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, there is an African-American family.
Yes.
And I don't believe I don't recall seeing a black character in the other specials, but they continually cut back to this family and the kid. I mean, they make a big point of saying that in this town, it's not just white people. And that's the first time I've seen that.
Well, this is 1974, baby. We are really, we're making progress here.
I guess, because there was the slightest bit of representation here. So I found that remarkable. It's
kind of funny because I didn't realize that Year Without a Santa Claus was the same year as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
And I think it aired like 2 nights later.
Wow.
I think one was December 8th and one was December 10th. So yeah, they were, and I think, one was Southtown. That was where it had never snowed. It hadn't snowed in Southtown. Okay, right. I was like, aren't they all called like Junction City or something, or Junctionville? But maybe not.
I love the fake names. Junctionville.
Yeah.
Junctionville, New York. That is apparently it is New York. Junctionville, New York. New York State.
That's where the guy who wrote 'Twas the Night Before Christmas is from, right?
Is that right?
I think so.
That would be amazing if there was that much, sort of like true trivia kind of jammed in when you weren't looking.
I didn't realize. So there is one more Animagic special for sure, which is the first Christmas, the story of the first Christmas snow. So
there is that one.
We're going to be pretty busy next year, guys.
Yeah, and we got Coneheads, Smokey the Bear.
Oh yeah,
Danny Kaye and the Emperor's New Clothes.
I just want to see that girl in Wonderland.
Okay, yeah.
Jackson,
I downloaded
the Jackson 5.
Yeah, Return to Oz is the one I'm waiting to see.
Oh, that's early. That was like the second one they ever did.
Yeah,
that's pretty early.
I guess on the topic of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, a story that I know because I was read it every year forever as a kid. I guess it is the kind of story that is able to have it kind of punched up the actual story of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas feels tacked on in this. Do you know what I mean? Like the story itself feels tacked on, which this should have just been its own thing. Because they did the, what was it? The Easter, what was the other thing with the mice? The Thanksgiving thing with the heathen mice,
Mouse on the Mayflower.
Mice. This should have just been a mouse, a mouse Christmas or something to that effect. Because that's what this reminded me of more than anything else, was that Thanksgiving mouse on the Mayflower. I mean, obviously the mice is the obvious comparison, but that's what this reminded me of. And this should never have been 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Just because it says not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Yes. And that's, I mean, right. Okay, that's fine. But
well, you know what? I was stirring, and I'm very stirred right now. And I'm going to tell you this story about how my little boy Albert almost fucked all of us.
What? You've never heard of my son Albert?
Yes.
Well,
give your heart a try. Fake news and QAnon. It's a slippery slope, and we'll believe whatever you say. That's it's that saying, you don't know who I am. You're the mouse. I'm the mouse from the story. It's like, right. What the fuck? The mouse from the story that has no name and is mentioned as just mouse. Yes. Okay, fine.
Yeah, but no, he's got a whole family you don't even know about.
Yeah. A backstory. The stunning backstory.
I don't mind that they have 'Twas the Night Before Christmas at the end of this. And it was odd because as I was watching it, I just kept thinking about the Grinch. And I was just like, oh, I never realized that the Grinch is basically 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, but like a nightmare version of that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the inverse. Well, that's why, the Grinch is amazing and has survived all these years. And it's got that really cool song right in the middle. So
it's got a couple good songs in there.
Well, yeah, the Abu Dore or whatever that thing is.
I'd pay money to hear Richard sing that song from memory. Just Richard, sing the song from the Grinch.
Abu Dore, Abu
just that over and over again for an hour.
Christmas comes but once a year.
This is gonna get. We're not gonna be able to post this episode on YouTube because we have too much of a copyrighted song.
We just got a strike. Yeah,
I went 4 notes too far.
Right.
Into a copyright infringement.
They're really slacking on the music in this, though. Like a lot of these other non-animagic specials, they just don't try with the music. I don't understand it. From the people who brought you really memorable songs to songs nobody's going to be singing.
They're not always memorable. If you've seen a musical in the last 20 years, I mean, there are giant musicals that have made more money than anything has ever made, and you cannot name a song, and you cannot, and you leave the theater humming nothing. And I'm sorry, it's like it's hard to write a really good song. So when you see people like Rodgers and Hammerstein who are putting out musical after musical after musical, or Frank Lesser, or Lerner and Lowe, or whoever, it's miraculous that there's a handful of songs that are good, and if they're all in the same thing, it's even more miraculous. But sometimes a miracle needs a hand.
Son of a bitch, he's right.
And if you'd like to know a Christmas movie that does have a lot of good songs, how about my favorite Christmas movie? Forgive me if it's not Rankin and Bass, the musical Scrooge, starring Albert Finney, the greatest Christmas movie of them all.
Never seen it.
No, I'm much more about An American Christmas Carol with Henry Winkler. No songs, I don't think.
Is it crazy in 2022 they're still adapting A Christmas Story?
A Christmas Story or A Christmas Carol?
Well, both of them, frankly. Yeah. But A Christmas Carol, what is it? Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell?
Oh, is that a Christmas Carol version?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I believe it's called Spirited. Yeah.
I had no idea. I just saw those 2 idiots on the cover and said, no, thanks.
Right. I'm good. It's an Apple movie. I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Well, come on, guys. It could be the next Elf.
Yeah.
Elf, it's weird that we kind of have never mentioned Elf on this show, given that there is a whole animagic thing in Elf.
That's true.
Yeah, they do a little. Oh, that's true. Yeah,
they do like a whole. It's. I mean, it's obvious. It's all Rankin and Bass inspired. Like it's.
Right. Yeah. Elf is good.
Elf is a contemporary Christmas classic, which I think is damn near impossible to do.
Yeah.
Right?
That and Love Actually.
Yeah. Santa Claus. Did you think we were going to disagree with you?
I don't know.
I like that movie. Didn't we just talked about this movie, didn't we?
Some people get really upset about Love Actually. I have no problems with that movie.
I love that movie. I think it's great. But Chris, you got to watch Scrooge. You got to watch Scrooge. It's delightful. And the music is off the charts.
If I watch Scrooge, you have to watch one of my favorite Christmas movies, which is Jingle All the Way.
Is that really one of your favorites, or is this just you?
No, I'm being dead serious. Have you never seen it?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
Dude, that's insane. Whew.
Yeah. Well, when did it come out? Was that like in the 90s?
1999.
It was 90. Yeah.
Phil Hartman is amazing in that.
Yeah, and Sinbad.
Oh, these cookies.
I've got to get the recipe from Liz. Put that cookie down now.
Put that cookie down.
It's weird because like my kids were little. I guess that was kind of right when I was kind of going into bad marriage territory and like my marriage was falling apart. But my kids might have been too young because they were like 3 and 5. Were they like too young for Jingle All the Way? Or
it's like a older kid, like 8 to 10 type thing.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Somehow we missed out. Yeah,
I mean, it's not a good movie. I'm not sitting here and telling you it's a good movie, but it's a fun movie.
I'm up for that.
The sequel.
Oh, I've seen the sequel featuring Larry the Cable Guy.
What? There's a sequel? What is it called?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Jingle All the Way 2. What do you think?
I thought it was going to be like, Jingle Even Further Down the Way, or I don't know.
I still contend that the movie that I'm waiting to see is Jingle All the Way remade with Kevin Hart and The Rock. Like, why has that not happened?
Yeah, I'm very surprised it hasn't.
Well, that'll happen.
I've talked about it before on recording, but the smart thing to do is The Rock would be playing the Sinbad role and Kevin Hart would be playing the Schwarzenegger role. So you don't cast it one for one. You swap it. That would be fun.
And Jason Statham would be eating the cookies.
Well, you'd have
these
to.
Cookies. These biscuits are so good.
I would watch that movie. Fuck, this movie sounds like more fun than most Christmas. You know what? Christmas movies need to be more fun. Stop making Hallmark movies. I guess those are fun for people, right? I don't want to drag those movies. People love those fucking movies like crazy.
Those movies are very popular. They pay those actors an enormous amount of money to do them.
Really?
And no. I mean, that's why they get these actors, because typically, if you walk up and go, "Hey, would you do one of these?" Most actors are going to go, "No, I don't want."
Get away from me.
Well, it's sort of like it's a very particularized room in the movie mansion, and they're like, "I don't know if I need that," and they're like, I forgot to mention, if you go look in your mailbox right now, there is a check for $9 million or something. That's 16 times more than you've ever been paid for anything. And then actors are like, "Oh, I'm sorry. When does my plane leave?"
Right.
And then they go do them and they run. The residuals are crazy and people love them. What's crazy about those movies for me when I watch them is that they are calculatedly without conflict.
Oh yeah.
The conflict, the stakes, all that stuff is so just feather touch. It's just, they sort of are arguing a little, but not really. And then they just have fun scenes. It's like, okay, now we're gonna have a scene where they're making Christmas cookies. Okay, now we're gonna have a scene where they're making a snowman. Now we're down in the town square at night and they're turning on all the lights. They're just like hitting all these iconic moments, but never stressing you out. And it's like, this has to be on purpose. And it's kind of fascinating. But it makes me want to watch more of them, because I'm like, I don't need to worry about stuff. I just want to watch people having a good time and falling in love.
Yeah.
And that's a cottage industry, baby. It really is. Good for them. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like the modern day successor to Rankin and Bass, huh? We get them once a year, because they're not. And I don't even hear people clamoring for Rankin and Bass stuff. People want to watch the original stuff, but I don't hear anybody saying I want to watch a new Christmas anything like that. Will Ferrell Ryan Gosling movie came out. Only person I know Ryan Reynolds. The only person I know who would have seen it went to like a a special early screening of a preview of some movie and they walked out instead of watching it. Our friend Adam over at Movie Geeks United walked out instead of watching the movie. So
wow.
I that's why I was saying the thing about Elf. It's weird. Like iconic Christmas movies just seem to have only existed in a certain time and place, and we're still watching those movies. New ones aren't coming out other than these like Hallmark Channel movies.
I've got to tell you guys something. And I want to know if this is just me or if other people are noticing it. But Christmas isn't what it used to be for kids.
That's because of the war on Christmas. I mean, all those people died, and now it's just nobody can even say Merry Christmas anymore. So
every time you stop yourself from saying Merry Christmas and say Happy Holidays, an angel dies.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like when I was a kid, and Mike was a kid, and maybe when you were a kid, there was a little bit more cachet on really, it's like you get things twice a year, your birthday and Christmas. And if your birthday is in April, then anything you want, you don't get. You got to keep a list, and maybe you'll get it in 7 months. And again, I don't know, maybe me or the people I know, but it feels like kids have so much access to so much of what they want, and so much of what they want isn't physical, it's digital, that the idea of I'm going to open a package under the tree and it's going to be that record album I want, or that, or a physical item, an outfit, or as you get older, or a toy, the amazing physical toy, or a bike, or something like that. Like maybe that stuff exists, but kids going crazy for Christmas, like losing their shit for an hour after Thanksgiving and then for the next month. I don't know if that's as big a thing as it was 45 years ago. Mm-hmm. Have you guys? I mean, I know you don't have kids, but does that sound right?
Christmas feels different now. It just does. I mean, I think even just as an adult, it feels different, but I don't know. I just, the last couple years, the holidays have felt less like there's anything to get excited about, but I don't know. Putting importance on one day seems to be kind of missing the point, frankly.
Mm-hmm. Well, the last couple of years have been weird, obviously, because of COVID. And so if you associate Christmas with large family gatherings and going out, and we're all going to go Christmas caroling, or we're going to go to that concert, or we're going to go pack a church at midnight on Christmas Eve or something. It's like some of those things have taken on like maybe that's not so hot though. Let's all just be apart from each other, which is weird. Like I, if I go back 3 years, does that feel different than this year? Yeah, maybe. But I don't know. I just like when I watch A Christmas Story and the first line is, "It was Christmas," the day the entire kid world revolved around. And I'm like, I don't know if the kid world revolves around it anymore.
Right.
I don't know. I'd be interested to hear what the listeners think.
I think you're right. As again, we're not kids, but I get what you're getting at. Yeah.
And I'm a big Christmas guy, and made Christmas as magical as I could for my kids who like it, but don't like, it's not like they captured my crazy Christmas spirit. I mean, maybe it's impossible. Maybe you can't. Maybe when your dad does that, it's just like, okay, there's no air left in the room for me to breathe. Dad's inhaled every last bit of, cinnamon flavored air. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, now I'm done. Is
there anything else we want to talk about? 'Twas the Night or Cricket on the Hearth?
Have a Merry Christmas, everybody. This is year 3 of this show. Year 3. Isn't that wild?
And no end in sight.
No end in sight.
This is, and you know what though? Like for me, we did the Thanksgiving thing, and it's Christmas, and I do want to say, as kind of random as the show has been, the show is a lot of fun. I do enjoy every opportunity to talk about Christmas stuff because I don't talk about Christmas stuff. Christmas is not a holiday that I'm particularly enthralled with. So anytime we get to talk about Christmas stuff is great. So on to year 4, as they would say, everybody.
I agree. Merry Christmas. God bless us, everyone.
When we come back next month, we're going to be talking about Return to Oz, going back to the very first Rankin on Bass the very first Rankin and Bass special, all the way back to 1964, the same year that they did Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Until then, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank Abby Stabby for our artwork, as well as the Great Octopus for our theme music. Be sure to subscribe to us on your favorite podcast platform. Leave us a review. Leave us your thoughts about the spirit of Christmas. Is Richard right? Have we just lost it? Is it because of all those darn atheists and the way that they throw people in jail for saying Merry Christmas? I think it might be.
Richard's just asking questions.